Hey there guys, Mike here. Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection is back for another episode, guys. And today I'm gonna still continue to show off some of my film noir from NOIR-November 2023. That was an epic month of watching film noir, I have to say. But this is the last of them, guys. These are, I'm gonna say about 10 films or so. Now don't let that, distract you from watching this. Just joking, guys. But let's get right into this because I got some movies. But yeah, this is like, I just can't emphasize enough how many film noirs I watched. So these are still some of the ones I watched. This is a great Twilight Time release on Blu-ray. This is kind of a neo film noir. This is more of a kind of a cop noir kind of thing. Maybe it's not so much noir. Maybe it's just a good crime movie. But anyways, this is 1973's The 7-Ups. Starring Roy Scheider, and this is kind of a very French Connection, because it's in the mode of the French Connection. The 7-Ups is directed by former film's producer Philippe d'Antoni, who was the producer of the French Connection, and it stars Roy Scheider as the leader of a crack squad of New York police detectives bent on busting culprits whose offenses guarantee 7 years or up in prison. The cops are nearly as out of line as crooks, a dangerous bunch of miscreants connected to the mob, featuring one of the most famous cinematic car chases ever, designed by the great Bill Hickman, who did the ones for French Connection and Bullet, legendary. So, if nothing else, guys, forgive me if it's not a film noir, but man, check out that car chase, won't you? Cool, because and thinking about the French Connection car chase, and then William Friedkin again in 1986, and To Live and Die in LA has that great car chase again. So it just goes right with those. Anyways, so this is an older DVD, Criterion Collection DVD double movie edition in one of the big boxes and stuff. This is covering Ernest Hemingway's The Killers. Now, it's famously 1946's version with Burt Lancaster. Was it Kurt Siodmak? Or was it Robert Siodmak directed it? I think it's Robert, I believe. But anyways, yeah, Robert. Is the bona fide film noir classic. Just put that with Double Indemnity. Put that one with that one, and that, and this other one, and this one, and these are the archetypes of film noir in the 40s. These are the ones that were the best. Are still just hardcore and hit, just great still. So that version's on here from 46, but then you also got Don Siegel's version he did in 1964, and what's weird is it was made for TV, I believe. It's kind of one of those things where it was like Duel, Steven Spielberg's first movie. It was made for TV, but later released to theaters in kind of a matted, version on the screen. They kind of blow it up and then cut the tops off, and it's a matte, and they did that with Don Siegel's movie too, and everything in it. I think they look good. I think they don't look like TV movies. Some of this one does at times. It has its limitations cinematically, but man, they're both just so good in their own ways. Obviously the top one is traditional. It's the classic. The other one is kind of the cult classic, kind of the creeping up on its better better version of itself. You know, one day they might be neck and neck for real in a list or something, but you just love Lee Marvin in this, Clu Gallagher, Angie Dickinson, John Cassavetes is in it, kind of briefly, Ronald Reagan briefly, but man, great movie. Just really directed well by Don Siegel and stuff. So just a great great release. This is on Blu-ray, by the way. I believe both of them are together on Blu-ray. But yeah, kind of an interesting release from Criterion. Both on their own discs and everything. So pretty cool. And that came out probably 2003 or something, that edition. This is a new watch. Picked this one up. It's kind of a Christmas noir and everything. This is directed by Alfred Green. Cover Up. And what really led me to this movie is the great William Bendix. Everybody knows I really love William Bendix, man. He's such a great little, sometimes a character actor, sometimes the second lead, but this one he gets kind of the lead. He's the lead actor in this, which also has got Dennis O'Keefe, which he is no stranger to film noir, and Barbara Britton. Now, I've heard of her before in different stuff. I'm not really sure if she's a film noir true, did multiple ones or not. But Cover Up is really good. This is a Kino DVD release of it. I'm not sure if I don't believe it's on Blu-ray. This is an older Kino one. But yeah, this is it's got a lot of people. It's got Ann Todd, directed by Alfred Green, which he's done a lot of stuff at Warner Brothers. But yeah, really cool. Has to do with the insurance business and stuff, but it's really cool. It kind of takes place during Christmas and everything. But yeah, I'll pass on. I believe I've talked about it. I thought no, I haven't talked. That's new, and so is this one. This is from Cohen Films. This is the Cohen Films DVD edition. I believe it is on Blu-ray. But this is a movie starring Joan Crawford called Sudden Fear. It's also got Jack Palance and the great Gloria Graham. Man, I love Gloria Graham in these movies. I just really do. And but this is a Joan Crawford movie that she was kind of doing these started doing these in the 50s and stuff. And I believe this is from 52. And it's one of those crazy suspense murder mystery, drive people crazy type movies. She did a couple of these and stuff, and this one's really good. But everybody's good in it. Jack Palance, Gloria Graham. Recommend that one, guys. Yeah, look it up and stuff. There is a couple other ones in there. I might have those in here. There's another good Joan Crawford movie, but anyways, this one is another Kino Blu-ray. I mean, they kill it in the film noir department. I mean, they've released some of the best and some of the most obscure ones at the same time. This one, I actually picked this up last year and just didn't get around to watching it. This is called The Accused, directed by William Dietrich. It's also got Wendell Corey in it, Robert Cummings, but it stars Loretta Young, who was a huge actress at God, where was she? Was it Warner Brothers that she was big at especially in the early 30s? I believe she was in a lot of stuff there at Warner Brothers. But yeah, this is a kind of a murder mystery. It's like, did she do it? Did she not do it? She plays this, prim and proper teacher. And it's got some stuff like that, but it's kind of like trying to it's like a detective's breathing down her neck. Did she do it? She's trying to remember. Does she remember? Well, it's really good though. It's done very well, directed very well and stuff. Shot really good. The Accused. Next up, I had to rewatch this. I got this off the shelf. I was just really wanting to see some more Gloria Graham. I watched some other ones, probably from the first video that I talked about, but I just wanted to get some more off the shelf and watch it. And it never hurts that Sterling Hayden's in this also. Naked Alibi, which also has Gene Barry and Marcia Henderson. This was directed by Jerry Hopper, and I don't know why this one's not better known. It's from 1954. This is where Sterling Hayden's just he's on fire. He's just doing all kinds of stuff right now. This is his classic period, you know. Gloria Graham doing some great stuff. I mean, she's on a roll. Probably starting with it doesn't hurt that Gloria Graham's in it. I mean, she was on top of things. I mean, I believe probably about starting with like 1946 is It's a Wonderful Life, and she just started building her career, you know, started moving upwards, and she did some really good stuff, you know, and everything in it. So she's a great little addition to this movie, and it's really good. So check that out. Next up, I had to get this off the shelf and watch this again. This is a great film noir amnesia movie. This is The Crooked Way, starring John Payne. And this is, you know, he was in this gang. He was a gangster. He was getting, the heat was on him, so he joined up the army during World War II and was overseas. Well, he comes back an amnesia victim where he got injured. And eventually they release him from the hospital, and he goes back to his hometown. People start recognizing him, like, hey, that's that gangster guy and stuff. So he slowly gets his memory back. So it's really good. The Crooked Way. You got to definitely check that out. Next up, this is, man, probably the classic of classics, Detour. This movie just keeps getting better year after year after year. I mean, who knew that a movie built or filmed on such a cheap budget would be such a classic one day? And it really made Edgar G. Ulmer's, you know, legacy, you know. But he did a bunch of stuff, a bunch of great movies before this, and continued to make good movies. And there's a great documentary on here about him. But man, just great movie. Anne Savage, so mean, just a mean. I just always describe her as mean. She's just the meanest femme fatale ever. And then you got Tom Neal as he's such a dope at first, you know, and everything. But man, this movie's great. Detour. You got to pick that one up. You got to own that one, and for sure. Next up, I took a chance on a $9.99 Amazon special. You know, the archive collection, the filmed on or burn on video. You get a bunch of them. They're all usually $9.99 and everything. But I filmed The Underworld Story starring Dan Duryea. Any movie of Dan Duryea, I'm interested in it and everything, so I picked it up, and yeah, pretty good. The cast is what really makes this movie great. It's got Howard Da Silva in it, and just it's like an okay script, but the everybody starring and co-starring in it just really makes it so much better. So it's really was worth the $9.99 special. Next up, this was a Blu-ray I had from last year. This is an Arrow Academy edition of a Joseph H. Lewis movie that he made at Columbia Pictures. This is one of the first movies he made at Columbia, and he would go on to make the big what is it, the Big Combo, and My Name is Julia Ross, another gothic film noir. But this is called So Dark the Night, and it kind of takes place, if I remember right, in the 20s 30s, kind of in a European kind of like village type setting, you know, that, you know, kind of gothically, kind of early 20s. I don't know the word for it, but you know, so it's really cool. It's about a police detective and all this stuff and blah blah blah. But it is good, guys. I'm trying to not make the video so long. And finally, guys, these are two movies directed by Ida Lupino. This one right here, I'm not sure how much of a film noir this is, but I threw it in there anyways. This is called The Bigamist, and it's got the great Edmund O'Brien in it. He's always good and everything. But Ida Lupino also stars or co-stars with Joan Fontaine. Really good movie. Not sure if it's film noir. And finally, a true classic film noir, The Hitchhiker. Frank Lovejoy, the crazed gunman that kidnaps, again, Edmund O'Brien and William Tolman, took them on a ride of their lives. Great movie. God, just a great movie. Directed by Ida Lupino. And there you go, guys. I promise that's all of the film noir that I watched during Film Noir November 2023. I promise. So there you go. And I'm gonna hit the streets, guys, and look for some more good film noir movies. But don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. So keep it frosty, guys, and I'll see you later.